Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Carroll, the PennDOT Secretary, and thank you for being here today for a very important public service announcement with respect to a law in Pennsylvania that's a long time coming, and we'll hear more about that in a minute. And I'm proud to be here today with other advocates in state government when it comes to highway safety. We're here today to talk, of course, about distracted driving. It is really dangerous, and now it's illegal in Pennsylvania. Last summer, Governor Josh Shapiro signed Paul Miller's law, and it goes into effect next Thursday, June the 5th. This law bans the use of handheld devices while driving in Pennsylvania. If you are caught by law enforcement holding your phone while driving, even at a red light, you will be pulled over. We need people to keep their hands off of their phone while they are driving. Tragically, this law is the result of a mother and father's tireless efforts to bring change to our Commonwealth after they lost their son in the Poconos. Paul Miller Jr. was killed by a distracted driver on Route 33 nearly 15 years ago. This crash set forth Eileen Miller's unbelievably dedicated advocacy that brought us to this moment. This law is very simply about saving lives. Last year, there were more than 9,000 crashes involving a distracted driver. Those crashes resulted in more than 6,000 injuries and, very sadly, 49 fatalities. Even one death is too many. If you are driving, do not text and drive. Ask a passenger to be your designated texter. If you are by yourself and you need to send a text that cannot wait, find a safe spot to pull over and go ahead and text and then continue driving. Do not engage in social media, scrolling, or messaging any of the above while driving. And if you're struggling not to text and drive, activate your phone's Do Not Disturb feature. It's really helpful. Keep your phone out of your reach, put it in the glove box or the back seat. Just don't touch the phone. Don't text and drive. One text, one glance away could result in a fatality. It's not worth it. It's just not. Eileen's tragedy and her long effort have made a difference and will make a difference on the highways of this Commonwealth. Paul Miller's law will save lives across our Commonwealth. It's time for drivers to put the phone down and focus on driving and text while they are not driving. I appreciate everybody's attendance today, and I'm very happy to introduce an unbelievable woman who I've come to know now for the past few years, who has been an unbelievable advocate. This law does not happen simply if not for Eileen Miller's advocacy on behalf of her son. Eileen.
I'm going to say I'm extremely emotional today. It will be next month that my son has gone 15 years already, 15 years. And I've been in this Capitol building at least 12 years advocating for common sense legislation. Common sense, just to get the phone out of the hand. Never in a million years did I think it would take 12 years. But we finally got it, and we did it. And I can't thank enough of all of you for helping me with that. My son was going to become a police officer. My son was 21 years old. My son went to a party at East Stroudsburg University on the 4th of July. I gave him a kiss and a hug on the 4th when he walked out to say he was going to the party, and I never, ever knew that that would be my last kiss or hug from my son. We wound up having the next morning, Hugh stayed overnight. My son did everything right. My son the next morning was on his way home to work at Garrity's. That was a part-time job that he had. And a tractor trailer was seen from Route 80 onto Route 33, lane switching, swerving, going back and forth. He finally got up to the guardrail, and this was also in a work zone. So that's why I teamed up with PennDOT. He went up against the guardrail, and then he overcorrected, went across 2 lanes of grassy medium, hit him head on, killing him instantly. And behind my son was a van with 12 people, and they were all injured. 3 of them were life-flighted. I begged them when the 2 state troopers came to tell me what had happened. They were asking questions like, what would your car be doing down at ESU? Does your son have any markings on him? We were telling them yes. It was going back and forth. And then, the words that come out of their mouth at that moment was such a gut punch, and it changes you forever to tell you that your son was killed down on Route 33 this morning at 7:55, and he did not survive. That was the moment everything had changed in our life in a second. And when we're talking about our phones, it takes 1 second to take your eyes off the road to cause a crash. These are not accidents, these are crashes. So I eventually went down to the morgue because I begged them, and they told me not to, and I did. And I whispered in his ear, who I couldn't even identify it was him. I did not know it was him. I could not tell. I literally had to unzip the body bag and look at the clothes from the night before to realize that it was him. And I just whispered that I don't know what caused this crash, but when I find out, I will make change. And here we are, all these years later, and finally got the legislation. So I never gave up, and just so people know, I am not done. Everybody's like, oh, you got your legislation, you're done. I am not. I am a safety advocate. I will always, always continue to do safety on our roads. Nobody should ever have to lose a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a loved one because of something so preventable as being on your phone and being distracted. Even if you're not on your phone and we do have the hands-free, I still say turn everything off. It takes 1 second to take your eyes off that road for you to hit somebody else and kill them or kill yourself. This has been a long, long, hard fight, but I'm so glad I did it. And now Pennsylvania roads will be so much more safer when they enter the Commonwealth because people are not having that phone in their hand. So I really, really want people, I use the acronym PASS, P for no phone, A for no alcohol, anything addicted, S for no speeding, and always, always wear your seatbelt. If we did that every single time we got into our vehicles, we would arrive alive. It's us making sure voices behind the wheel. So with that being said, it's a privilege to drive. It's a privilege, but I don't think people right now out on the road feel that way. They think they can do whatever they want, and that's why so many people are being killed or injured. So I am so ever grateful to Senator Rosemary Brown, Secretary Mike Carroll, all the people from PennDOT, the police, everybody who has always supported me in this with my struggle of getting it through. But we are much, much safer starting with this right now. I'm telling everybody just to get it out of their hand, and then, of course, next year we'll start with the fines. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. My son thanks you. My husband thanks you. And please, please be safe on our roads. Please be careful. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands at task, hands on the wheel. Keep it. Your one and only goal is to get to point A to point B and to get there safely, not to be doing everything else in that vehicle. So thank you. Have a great day, and everybody please stay safe.
So now I'll bring to the podium the champion of the legislation, my friend, Senator Rosemary Brown.
Good morning, everyone. And right before the press conference, we did a simulator. And I have to tell you, that simulator, especially at the end, unfortunately, with texting being so dangerous and using your phone, it showed an accident. But then showing the EMS or the life flight coming in, the EMS showing up, showing the emergency workers working on top of you. So to our PennDOT and the Secretary and the National Transportation Safety, it's just really, really heavy on the heart to see that. So I hope that as we use that, that'll be very helpful with our youth and anybody, actually. But thank you for the opportunity to join PennDOT and all the dedicated stakeholders who've worked so closely together to highlight the importance and now the enactment of Paul Miller law. Act 18 of 2024, just ahead of its effective date on June 5th of 2025. As the prime sponsor of this legislation, seeing it finally become law is incredibly rewarding. More than that, it's deeply meaningful because we know this law will save lives, is what you heard already. And I have to mention, Secretary Carroll, before he was secretary, was transportation chair in the House when I started this, right before that. And then you became transportation chair and was very supportive at that time as well. So this has been a long journey for us to get this into place. But when I first introduced it, it was over 12 years ago, and I believed it was common sense policy, and it just took time for others to also recognize its importance. But as I say, patience is a virtue, especially when you're fighting for something that you know is right. The truth is, Pennsylvania has a very serious problem with distracted driving, particularly drivers using cell phones and electronic devices behind the wheel. These distractions aren't occasionally or brief. They're consistent, they're repetitive, and they're dangerously long-lasting, which makes them the highest focus. We had to ask ourselves, what could we do? And then more importantly, what would we do to address the crisis, prevent crashes, and protect innocent lives? Paul Miller's Law is the answer to that call. It's a life-saving tool, and it carries the name of Paul Miller Jr., as you heard, who was tragically killed by a distracted driver in 2010. His parents, Paul and Eileen Miller, have been tireless partners in this mission from day one. Starting June 5th, drivers may be issued a warning if they are seen holding or supporting a phone or electronic device with any part of their body while driving. The law still allows for hands-free use, through speakerphone or Bluetooth, but it comes with a very powerful reminder, this law. We're looking to change behaviors. We're looking to protect the drivers, protect innocent drivers. As Eileen Miller mentioned, the reminder is 2 hands on the wheel, 2 eyes on the road, and your mind at task as much as possible. That's your responsibility as a driver. No one else's responsibility. So thank you very much, and thank you again for everyone who's been a partner in this over the years, and the legislature as well, both the House and the Senate, and the administration as well. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm introducing Major Robert Kroll, who is the Director of Bureau of Patrol with the Pennsylvania State Police.
Good morning. Thank you all for helping us bring attention to this important safety message. As a primary law enforcement agency responsible for Pennsylvania's interstate highways, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and a large portion of our secondary roads, the state police troopers patrol more than 60,000 miles across the Commonwealth. With that responsibility comes a front row seat to the consequences of unsafe driving acts. Every day, our troopers respond to crashes that could have been prevented. Crashes that happened simply because someone wasn't paying attention to the road. Last year alone, the Pennsylvania State Police responded to over 8,600 crashes caused by distracted driving. More than 3,000 of those crashes resulted in injuries, and tragically, 119 crashes of those distracted driving resulted in death. Whether you're texting, talking, typing, using a mobile device while driving is dangerous. It not only puts your own life at risk, but it puts the lives of everyone sharing the road at risk with you. That's why, starting on June 5th, Paul Miller's Law will take effect. This law makes it a primary offense to hold a phone or any mobile device while driving. Police will be actively looking for this behavior and can stop a driver solely for this violation alone. No other reason is needed. This new law prohibits the use of any interactive mobile device while operating a vehicle, including phones, personal digital assistants, and portable computers. Importantly, driving doesn't just mean while the vehicle is moving. Using a mobile device while stopped at a red light, while in traffic, or during any temporary delay is still against the law. You don't need to have a phone to your ear to be in violation. If you're holding a device with one hand, or even supporting it with another part of your body, police can stop you and take enforcement action. Even dialing or answering a phone call with more than a single press of a button is prohibited. This law does allow drivers to use mobile devices if they're pulled off the road safely and the vehicle is completely stopped. It also makes exceptions for emergency calls to law enforcement and for devices used in the hands-free mode, whether through a Bluetooth, a built-in vehicle system, or on another accessory. With 9 days before Paul Miller's law going into effect, now is the time for drivers to prepare. Go hands-free. The simplest way is to keep your phone out of reach. Store it in your pocket, handbag, glove box, or center console. Use voice assist features. If you're unfamiliar with how to use them, take a few minutes to learn and familiarize yourself. Talk to young drivers in your household. Explain to them the risks and legal consequences of driving distracted, and set the right example by putting your own phone away when you're behind the wheel. Above all else, keep your eyes on the road, keep your hands on the wheel, and keep your mind on driving. It's important that we all get where we're going safely and that we take care of not only ourselves, but everyone else on the highway sharing it with us. Thank you. And I will now turn it over to Mr. Mark Compton, Chief Executive Officer of the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission.
Thank you, Major, and thank you to the Millers and the Senator for such proof of what a powerful partnership can bring you with that passion. So thank you. On behalf of our 550,000 travelers, our 1,300 employees, and our many contracted vendors who work on the Turnpike every day, we say thank you. This is a tool in the toolbox that is much needed. It's much needed. And if you go back to 2019, 3,000 people across this country have lost their lives at the hands of a distracted driver. That's 3,000 mothers, 3,000 fathers, 3,000 sons, 3,000 daughters have lost their lives at the hands of a distracted driver. We need this tool in our toolbox, and we're excited to work with our partner, Pennsylvania Troop T, to implement this across the entire Commonwealth, but also across the Pennsylvania Turnpike. We stand ready and know that we are looking forward to utilizing this tool to get our 550,000 people safely back to their destination. Well, that is my pleasure to introduce to you Michael Humphreys, who serves as the Pennsylvania Insurance Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary. Thank you, Senator, and certainly the Millers. I am the insurance commissioner, and at night I'm dad and coach to 3 young boys. So really appreciate your advocacy and your efforts. It won't be long before my 3 sons are on the road, and this is going to make them safer. So I appreciate what you're doing. And today, as you've heard, we're here to talk about distracted driving and its consequences, as well as to stress the importance of focusing on the road while operating a vehicle, and to recognize Paul Miller's law, making it illegal to use a handheld cell while driving. Distracted drivers aren't just putting themselves in danger, as we've already heard. They're putting other motorists at risk too. It takes only a moment for an accident to occur, and these accidents have real-life consequences that can result in serious injury or death. According to the Governor's Highway Safety Association, when an individual reads a text while driving, their eyes are off the road for an average of 5 seconds, which at 55 miles an hour is like driving the entire length of a football field blindfolded. It literally can happen that quickly. And it's a lesson that I learned when I was young as a careless driver. One of my first jobs in high school, I was a lifeguard. I didn't have anywhere to put my keys, my wallet, my phone, so I used to put them under my seat. One day, leaving where I was working, I didn't check before I left. So I'm driving down a slow, I think it was 30 miles an hour, but I thought about my phone. So I looked down to reach down for my phone and for my wallet, and when I looked up, I was under the truck in front of me. No one was harmed, fortunately. My parents weren't happy, and our car was totaled. Their car wasn't damaged, but it literally was 2 seconds, and it was just because I didn't take the time to make sure I was prepared when getting in the car. So really, we're urging drivers to pay attention so they can safely get from point A to point B. It's that easy. It's as easy as turning off your phone, making sure you have your personal belongings or know where they are, your wallets, your keys, your phones before you drive. Throw them in the back seat. Give them to a child who's sitting in the back seat. Keep them out of your hands. Keep them out of the front seat. At PID, we care about consumers, and I'm hopeful that Paul Miller's law will play a major role in the reduction of distracted driving, related accidents and crashes, and save lives. I'm the insurance commissioner. Why am I here? In addition to protecting your life and the lives of those around you, safe driving offers several other benefits, including cheaper insurance. During the rate-making process, insurers factor in numerous things when they're coming up with a quote. It includes your driving history, your accident history. The safer you are, the more you could save when it comes to your auto insurance. So we encourage everyone to speak with their insurance providers to learn more about the benefits of safe driving discounts, safe driving classes, and learn how they can save today. But most importantly, let's put the phone down. The text message or call isn't worth your life, certainly isn't worth the life of another motorist. So I'd just like to remind you that PID is here to help, and if you have any questions about insurance or filing a complaint, auto or otherwise, you can connect with us at pa.gov/insurance. I think now I'll turn it back over to Secretary Carroll. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And just to highlight the obvious, Eileen and Paul Miller and the advocacy that they exhibited that got us to Paul Miller's law is exceptional. And this is not about citations. This is not about anything other than keeping people safe and preventing accidents. I know everyone's in a hurry, and some people even think that they're experts at texting while driving. I'm here to tell you they're wrong. We don't want another accident. We certainly don't want another fatality, and I'm ever thankful to the Millers for their advocacy, to Senator Brown for her good work, and for Governor Shapiro's willingness to sign this important legislation. June 5th is an important day in Pennsylvania, and it will be a better day because of Paul Miller's law. So thank you all for attending. If anybody in the media has a desire to try the simulator, you're certainly welcome to give it a shot. And thank you again for covering our event.
Hey, thanks for taking me to work. My boss is gonna kill me if I'm late again. Let's go. Man, your seatbelt is so uncomfortable. I'm not gonna wear it. I can't believe my... Slow down. I can't believe my car got broken into again. They took my new phone, sunglasses, and my wallet. They broke right through the window like last time. I took it in this morning. Can you use your phone and call my boss and tell him I'm on my way? His number is 916... No, wait, hang up. Just text him. I don't want to have to talk with... Pretend you're me. Just type in, hey, it's Mark.
When the light turns green, you're going to turn left with your left hand, and you're going to type in, hey, it's Mark, with your right hand. Hey, it's Mark. Or you can use your own.
Don't hit him, don't hit him, don't hit him.
That's what the signature says.
Come on, slow down. Let me see it. Okay, just make up something. Make it good, though.
Had a hard time arousing. Looks like it's coming around a little bit now. As far as injuries, what you see, we've got some major facial trauma there. Everything else is all right. It's cuts and bruises. There's a laceration down there. Possible tip bib down on the right.
Phone and call my boss and tell him I'm on my way. His number is 916-941-3862. No, wait, hang up. Just text him. I don't want to have to. Hey, be careful. Let me see. Okay, just make up something. Make it good, though. What are you doing? I'd like to get there alive. Hey, speaking of texting and driving, take a look at the video.
So you can talk about the violations too, to keep track of.
Hey, thanks for taking me to work. My boss is gonna kill me if I'm late again. Let's go. Man, your seatbelt is so uncomfortable. Come on, drive normal. Hey, watch out. Man, your seatbelt is so uncomfortable. I'm not gonna wear it. I can't believe my car got broken into again. They took my new phone, sunglasses, and my wallet. They broke right through the window like last time. I took it in this morning to get fixed before the rains start. Can you use your phone and call my boss and tell him I'm on my way? His number is 916-941-3862. No, wait, hang up. Just text him. I don't want to have to talk with him. He might be mad. Pretend you're me. Just type in, "Hey, it's Mark." Hey, be careful. What did he say? Let me see it. Okay, just make up something. Make it good, though. What are you doing? I'd like to get there alive. Tell him, this time it's true. No, wait, just say, it's true. I don't want him to think I just made stuff up last time. Hey, speaking of texting and driving, take a look at this video.